What has tradition done to a lot of people? Now, I know a lot of people are going to think I'm talking bad about the church, especially Baptists. It's the difference in talking bad about something then versus telling the truth about something. Because a lot of things have been done well in a lot of churches. But a lot of people have been caught up in tradition for so long, generation after generation after generation, that they have let tradition keep them separated from the Most High. Now, the Bible teaches us that traditions of men makes the word of the Most High void. And I just want to give you a wake-up call, because it's not about how many days you go to church, everything you're involved in. The Bible says we have to work out our salvation. Calling yourself Christian don't put you into heaven. Paying your tithes don't put you into heaven. But how is your heart? Because one thing about our Heavenly Father, He looks at your heart. And when you start looking at tradition in so many ways, how it has kept so many people from learning the truth. Because Mama did it. It was good for Grandma. Pawpaw, that's what they done. And just because you do something for so long don't mean that it's always right. Now, I'm not down talking nor disrespecting none of my elders. But there comes a time when we have to really just stand and tell the truth. Sad thing is, many people don't want to just stand and tell the truth. So what tradition has really done for a lot of people is keeping them in a spiritual bondage. They still locked up in their mind. When you look at the average Baptist church, you have, let's just look at what's been going on for years and years. Pastor and wife anniversary. Well, JT, shouldn't they be appreciated? Yes. I'm not knocking what people do. But when it's the same thing year after year, we're going to come to your church, we're going to bring that money, y'all know how it go. There's the pastor and wife anniversary. Then you see the church homecoming. That's really the only time so many old members, members period, that have left are going to come back, because it's the church homecoming. Then you have the weekly revivals, Monday through Wednesday, or Wednesday through Friday. Such and such going to preach on the last night. Well, that's the only day I'm going to go, because I don't want to hear everybody else preach. Tell the truth, JT, I am. And when you look at the musicians' appreciation, we try to go round up everybody we can think of, because it's time to collect the money. And half of these musicians out here now know from the bottom of their heart they ain't really been faithful. They still coming to church high, still coming to church gay, still coming to church from a hangover, still coming from shacking up and running women and you name it. Tell the truth. I'm not talking about everybody. And then you got Easter Sunday, where some folk finna go to church where they ain't been since last Easter. I got my Easter suit. What is an Easter suit? I got my Easter Sunday dress. I'm going to go to church. They're going to have food in the back. They're going to be hiding eggs. Tradition, 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 tradition. And then there's the haunted house, the old demonic devil's high Sabbath, which is Halloween. Going to dress your kids up like ghosts and goblins and spiders and celebrate a demonic day, time. Now, some of y'all may be mad at what I'm saying here, but the truth hurt. Christmas. Close down the church for the whole month. Close out Bible study for something that's not even the truth. December the 25th, there's no word written in the Bible. Tradition. when the church doors is closed, that very may be the the time when somebody may be trying to come to get in Bible study, to get delivered, and the doors are locked because of tradition, customs, different beliefs. What has tradition done to the church? Destroyed it. Destroyed it in so many ways. And then look at how we're so separated. It's Women's Day. Every day is Women's Day. It's Men's Day. It's the Children's Day. It's Hat Day. It's No Hat Day. Tradition. So what people do, they start getting mixed all up in tradition. Well, this is the Sunday we supposed to. And if some folk can't have their way, they leave the church. Because it may be somebody in there that say, hey, we ain't got to do that no more. Let's forget about tradition. Oh, brother, sister, you need to get out this church because this is the way we've been doing it. This is our tradition. Tradition of men. Where did tradition come from? Then we got the bake sales, the fish fries, the selling candy, the car washes, and the most important one that every church you can think of had or have had, a building fund. I'm going somewhere with this video. How many building funds been going on for years and there's still no building? See, most pastors that I know, they focus us off because they too busy trying to focus on the building but not focusing on the body. When you build up the body, you don't have to worry about the building. The Most High will bless with the building. That's why we have so many messed up buildings now. I didn't say all. When you go about things the wrong way, it's going to continue to happen and turn out the wrong way. See, it's too many lost souls already inside of the church building, in the choir stand, in the pulpit, in the congregation, on the music staff, on the deacon board. There's people that's been caught up in the activities, caught up in, I know how to go to church, but don't know how to be the church. Tradition has taken us a long way in the mess. Religion. Well, I got my religion. Where's your relationship? Boy, you're going to make me lose my religion. What kind of religion is that if you can lose it? That's why I don't want it. I don't need religion. I need the relationship. Nobody can take my relationship away from the Most High. And you look at all these years down the line, and you look at the TV, what are we still doing? Marching, protesting, getting angry, still trying to get equal with a satanic world that you don't even supposed to be playing a part of. Lost. We do things traditionally because, well, they did it back then, 50 years ago. They marched then, and we're marching more now. I'm not knocking what they done. I'm trying to give us a wake-up call. Tradition, religion. When you do the same thing, expect different results, you know what that is? That's insanity. The definition of insanity. And most churches have been doing, not all, the same thing over and over and over again. Well, the Johnson family pew is right there. Don't let nobody else sit on that pew. That pew is special. That pew is, they've been dead 15 years. You should be able to walk into church and sit on that pew. On that pew. I'm not just trying to sound bad, y'all, but it's real what I'm saying. Tradition. When we learn to get out of tradition and get into this true gospel right here and live it and be obedient is when you move forward. Choir annual. Like, you think about that. How church done, not everybody, but done turned into an entertainment center. A performing place now. You got more performing than praising. You got more coming to church messed up and leaving messed up. You got more leaders being put in position now that never should have been put in position because they can't even straighten out their own home. You got more pastors hiring in people, regardless of how they living, but, hey, bring them in because I need a musician. I need to get members up here in the choir stand. I gotta have a better way. If I can get the music to draw, then the rest of the church gonna fall into play. Don't worry about how they living. Don't worry about if they high. Don't worry about if they're homosexual. Don't worry about all that stuff. See that? Something wrong with that. Just get me somebody. And wonder why half of the churches just operate in a demonic spirit and not the Holy Spirit. Tradition after tradition, year after year, generation after generation. Oh, they can sing. That praise team was so rocking. Boy, that preacher he can sing. But he need to be in the choir. He ain't in the choir stand then. Just because a preacher can sing don't mean that was the one that's supposed to be planted in your church. If he got a nice voice, let him get in the choir stand. Let her get over there if she can sing. See, oh boy, that he can pray. Woo, boy, you the next one. Now he's the pastor. So many people are calling themselves, and Satan is calling them. See, everybody is not operating in the Holy Spirit. Prayer night services, mission night. You get in the habit all during the week of doing things traditionally. And some even go home and complain about it. I don't know why I gotta go to, man, I was just there last night. What has tradition really done? Now, with all that being said about coming to this building, these buildings, how many have walked outside and really did some true outreach on the outside of the building? See, it bothers me when a pastor get in the pulpit and say, show of hands, everybody saved. Let me see the hands. We all saved. We all family. We all good. All right, amen. Well, if everybody's hand is going up, which is a lie, why are you not on the outside? What was one of the other commandments that Jesus gave us was to go ye therefore and teach, make disciples all over. How you going to make more and more disciples by just staying in the inside? Y'all wonder why I'm on YouTube all the time. Why I'm out there, why I'm over there, why JT always talking to somebody. Yeah. Because true ministry goes way past a building. As a matter of fact, when you look at Yahshua's life, his ministry, he spent more time on the outside than in the synagogues. He went to the laws. Most church folks let the laws stay laws, while half of them in the church are still laws. Because they done got in the habit of going to church. Well, I got that out the way today, man. Me and the man upstairs, we good. What is the man upstairs? The nerve we have to disrespect the Most High by saying the man upstairs, we good. Oh, he know my heart. Yeah, he know how jacked up your heart is. How much you lie, how much you steal, how much you cheat, how much you are having hatred inside of you while you keep saying, God know my heart. Let the church say amen. But when you start talking about going outside, let's look at Paul for a moment, Apostle Paul. He was missionary. He was not stationary. See, we done got caught up in the building so hard. So I'm not trying to say don't go to the building. I'm standing in the building. I'm saying get past your building. Because the real is out there. See, everybody's not going to walk up in your building because they already don't feel worthy enough. But when you start really looking around your churches at who's in there, same ones you just seen, where you was at, they made it to church, didn't they? Bye. Or where I was at, or where I used to be at, or what we all know where we used to be and how we used to do things. But when you are made new in Christ, old things pass away. Tradition has destroyed a lot of preaching. All the programs, all of this, you got to ask yourself, is tradition really the gospel. The gospel is the truth. Not about what program is coming up next week. From generation to generation, look at tradition. Look at the customs. Look at the beliefs. But when you have a change of heart, it's different. When you just look at, even if I'm not talking about church, look at family reunions. Look at funerals. Some of us got the nerve to get up at these funerals and talk about family. If you need this, you need to call me. And you waited on somebody to die before you could say that. Now you want the bereaved family to give you a call. Ain't that, that's cold, ain't it? He dead now. See, that's that guilt. People conscious, it eats them up. But I haven't seen my brother in almost 10 years, and I didn't even know he was sick. Because last time we spoke, he still ain't paid me my money. And I ain't never forgave him. Now he dead. Let me tell you something before I end this video. If you got a chance to get it right with whoever you got it wrong with, get it right. Because you don't know who you're going to need, when you're going to need them, who's going to be laying over you before you take your last breath. See, I'm saying something here because family now is more divided than ever. So it used to be a time where we used to call the church the hospital. Now I call it the club. A little social center, entertainment place. I'm not talking about everybody. But you think about it. Look at what's going on with all the competitions. Now you got choir competition. Who sang the best? Who's the best musician? Who's best dressed in the pulpit? Who's the best bass player now? Who's doing the best rip on the drum set over there? Now musicians hardly even stay in church when the word is being taught from the pulpit. They outside smoking. I ain't talking about everybody, but you know a couple of them. The respect and the disrespect. You don't see too much respect now. And some pastors know it go on, but they allow it because I can't lose my musicians because then I'm going to start losing a lot of people. We got this building now and then. We start losing people. We can't pay for it. What was your church based on? The Most High or mess? Learn to focus on the body versus spending all this time and energy focusing on the building. And you know why the Most High haven't gave a lot of pastors buildings? Because they can't even take care of the one they in now. They want bigger and better, but they can't even take care of what's now. And why would the Most High elevate you to something else? When you showing the Most High, you can't even deal with what you got. Everybody I know, we got to move higher. We got to move higher. Man, we done been doing this a long time. What's something wrong? If you learn to get out tradition and get on a true mission, the Most High will bless that. Most people I know got a such and such Baptist church. Oh no, brother, we such and such missionary Baptist. How you missionary when you ain't going on no mission? The church mission statement is we're going to go out there and we're going to reach the lost. Everybody I know got a mission statement but hardly even stick to it. So I ask this question once again. I'm not trying to sound like no hater or nothing, but what has tradition really done to a lot of people? Most people go to church because it's tradition to them. Man, you know, I don't even like that preacher, but you know, my grandma went to that church. I sit up in that church every Sunday and listen there. I can't stand that dude, but you know, my grandma went there, my mama, you know, she still go, my uncles, and you know, it's a family church. So let me say this as I close. There's going to be a whole lot of people bust the lake of fire wide open through the church because of following not the true word, but tradition of man. And you shouldn't want to miss heaven For none of your family members. I don't care if it is your mama, your brother, your sister. See, some of us won't let go of things because that's my family. Well, if your family gonna wind up in the lake of fire, you gonna go with them? That's what most people are doing. Tradition has messed up a lot of people. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day.